Hey, good morning, everybody. How's it going? We are back home. That's right. We are back in Massachusetts. And yes, no, I know it looks like I am wearing the same clothes from yesterday, but it is just the uh, my button-up shirt says cold in my office, so I threw that on. And yes, the t-shirt is the same color, but it's not the Stranger Things shirt that I wore yesterday. It is actually my Rock Spot climbing shirt because I like to remember the days when I used to go climb before my neck and back were healing. So, but hey, welcome to the Daily Walk. Yes, that's right. It is Monday, March 30th. Oh my God, I can't believe that it's already March 30th. But um, kind of a cool walk today. I was thinking about a few things and a couple things that I wanted to touch on. One, um, if you're doing something that you really enjoy, keep doing it. And I think that eventually the universe will find where you fit in that place. Um, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep pursuing my acting, and everything's going to work out in its own way in the end. Because I believe it will. The power of belief. I think last week I talked about the law of delusion, and just that's what I'm going to tell myself. I'm just going to be delusional and acting as if, and we're going to go from there. So, but that is not one of the other points. One of the cool things, shoes coming undone, of course. Um, One of the cool things that happened is I went to a new place, and I don't know if it's the algorithm finding the world of New York City. That like, oh, this guy's in New York City. We're going to promote this video in New York City, or if it's the fact that I did a short and I put a title of New York City, and I said maybe we'll test it in this. But my video, my short from Saturday, which was a pretty cool. I thought it was interesting and engaging. And now both my shoes are coming untied. Um, One thing really cool happened. My views spiked drastically. And I say drastically because my videos up until then were getting, I think the highest video view I had was like maybe 50. And my average is like 10. I'm good. I'm being very, very liberal there with that number, saying that, excuse me, that it was 10. Um, but yeah, so the last time I looked at it, I think it was maybe Sunday, and I had like 736 views. I had a bunch of new people comment. I think I get a new subscriber, crushing it. Maybe 18 now, and that's awesome. Every new person that watches me do this or wants to come and hear what I say, or just wants to get out and walk every day is cool. Um, Continuing to take steps towards their dreams and their goals. But one of the things I started spoke yeah, one of the things I started focusing back on more recently, stuff that I did earlier on in my channel, was just being positive and belief, and you know talk about manifesting and just expecting the best in things and seeing that good things can happen. You put good out, good comes back to you. um, like everything, there's always a balance, there's always a yin and a yang. But this crazy thing happened on our way to our hotel in New York. And as I stated, there were protests that day, and they closed off roads. And we were staying at Times Square because I didn't want to have to go anywhere. I'm like, we just stay there. We had a free night, so let's take advantage of it. We'll just be right there. We don't have to worry about walking far, and we can just go from the room to our show and really just have a lovely evening and be around the heart, really the pulse and the heartbeat of New York City is Times Square. It's very electric. It's this huge energy that exists there. And we get stopped. We're stuck in traffic, and we was looking at the GPS, and it said like another 16 minutes to the hotel. And I was like, well, I can jump out, and because I'm a block and a half at this point from the hotel, and I'll just go check in. And so I do that. My AirPods, because why would I bring them? Why would I need those? And I get to the hotel and I go to check in. And then I find out that there's no valet at the hotel. You no place to park. Our goal was we don't have to worry about parking. We just drive to the hotel, leave our car, and we're good. So this happens, and I'm at the counter, and I'm with the Hilton people, and they're very lovely, and they're very apologetic, and there's really no one has any control, right? This isn't something that they had planned on happening, and so it's just life. Things happen, and so instead of getting upset, I said I was just trying to find now like where I'm going to be able to park, and I'm on the phone with my wife, and he's looking up, you know, hotels and getting addresses of where we could go, what we could do. And she's like, I haven't moved. So I'm like, okay, we're checked in. I'm on my way back to you. So walking back to the car, and I get to the road that our car is on, and I didn't notice this on my way there, but I now notice that the road, the end of the street, is blocked off by two cruisers, and the road's closed. And they're not letting anybody through. So I'm talking to this New York City cop, I said, like, excuse me, hey, can I ask you a question? And can I talk with him, trying to figure out what our options are, because now we're literally stuck on a one-way road, and the road is going to be close to like 5 o'clock. And it's about, I don't know, 2:12 maybe at this point. So that would be over 3 hours. That would literally just give us time to have some food, and then, our day, our afternoon would be kind of wasted. But hey, we can't control it. It is what it is. So I find this out. Then there's another guy, and he's going to try to figure out if he can get the other road closed so he can start backing up cars on this one. But as we were driving on this road originally, this big, giant, like, delivery vehicle was pulling out, and my wife was driving, and it's one of those situations where, like, he had to go. There's no way we're going to try to cut him off or be a jerk and get out. So letting this giant truck go in front of us kind of turned into a godsend, because he was at, like, kind of, we're on this road that we were on, Your grass looks great, by the way.
It's gonna look better.
He, sorry, the place we're in front of was kind of like a shipping receiving backside of the road where we were driving up, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, can we turn around in any way? And literally, like 4 car lengths behind us was the entrance to a parking garage. And so I said, I asked some other like attendant, like security guy walking by. I'm like, can I like U-turn here and drive up through the sidewalk and pull in? He's like, yeah, go for it. So in a very New York, Boston way, um, unapologetically, I started to do this crazy, I'll say it was like a 12-point turn on this side street. I was able to back up onto this sidewalk, drive down the sidewalk, and pull into this garage, saving like almost 3 hours. And the attendants were amazing. Everyone, by the way, that we came into contact to in New York was utterly amazing. Wonderful people. Everyone was nice. No one was, any of the people that we interacted with from a commercial standpoint was super nice. So recommend going to visit there. And we give them the car. The car ends up being less than what it would have cost us to stay at the hotel. All we had to do was walk a block and a half with our suitcases. And the point of the story is, when you're positive and you just kind of don't freak out sometimes, that good things can happen and things work out. So just keep doing what you do. Be positive, be happy, and always remember, you don't need the whole path today. You just need one step. So thanks for walking with me, and I'll see you on my walk.